Feloni saw the rough cut of Ahsoka and said, quote, "It was a religious experience," end quote.
Okay.
I mean, how proud are you as Dave Filoni, though? You created that character, and here
Yeah.
you are. It's live action. Rosario
Mhm.
Dawson, Admiral Thrawn, who he probably grew up reading, Timothy Zahn books with. They're all there on the screen. I mean, it's got to be a surreal moment for him because he's as big a fanboy as we are of all
Yeah.
of this. So that's
I couldn't
probably
imagine. And it's
yeah.
like watching your baby grow up. You
hmm
know, like that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm
So
excited.
I'm excited. Does that change your opinion of the show and what your thoughts were going to be
No,
about?
it's exactly what I thought it was going to be about. No,
Yeah.
I mean like the show. It makes sense. It picks up where Rebels left off. Like that was a huge cliffhanger with Ahsoka. Like we got closure with Hera. We kind of like knew what Hera was gonna do. Like Kanan died. They had a son. I would love to know more about the son at some point. Unless there's already been comics or he's in another show that I haven't watched yet, but it would be cool to see more about that. But yeah, the big piece where Rebels ends is Ezra and Thrawn firing off into hyperspace with the space whales, and then we jump forward to the end of Empire or Return of the Jedi, and you've got Ahsoka, and you've got she's got this mission to go find Ezra with Sabine. So it's one of those things where she is a beloved character, and the way they ended it was like it was the perfect ending for Ahsoka because it left the door wide open for her, especially with the veil of the Force. Like that, in the last like 3 episodes of Rebels open up so many possibilities for Star Wars. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
There's just so much in there. Like the entire the for the Celestials, the entire Celestial story arc is still wide open. Like we don't know what happens after that. Like we see them in Clone Wars. We know what happens with the daughter. The daughter gives her life to save Ahsoka. We know that the mother has been imprisoned. We know that the mother exists. To a certain degree, Kevin had like like I know you love Abeloth. You really really enjoy her story arc. But like she was imprisoned by the father,
Yes.
and then the son and the daughter would visit her,
Yes.
and there was this weird loop where she would escape and then she would get imprisoned, and like that's how time went on, and then eventually she just broke out of her prison. They weren't able to keep her at bay, and that's
And
where
then
Luke
had to
comes in.
fight her, and she fucks him up the first time, and I think he goes back and wins. He doesn't kill her, but he wins.
So
the
like
second
we
time.
could still have that entire story arc with the Celestials, because like the mother isn't thrown out. She just hasn't been brought up. We assume that she exists because because of the father, daughter, and son were shown.
I mean,
Um,
it's just like the Yuzong Vong. We assume they exist because there's been references and hints to them. And I
right,
know you've said
exactly.
the stuff about the Grisk and whatnot, but it's already been confirmed that the Grisk and the Yuzong Vong are two different things.
Right.
So which makes things very interesting. They're saving a lot. They'll test the waters with print media and animation, and then see what works for TV shows and live action. So